In an emotional scene broadcast live to millions worldwide, a visibly shaken and tear-stricken Prince Harry watched in devastated silence as ESPN unceremoniously stripped him of the prestigious PatTillman Award for service, mere moments after network executives revealed over 4.5 million outraged petitioners had demanded the controversial honor's revocation. The excruciating live television spectacle unfolded just after 9 p.m. Eastern Time during the renowned sports channel's annual ESPY Awards ceremony inside Los Angeles' Crypto.com arena. What was supposed to be Harry's crowning achievement, a celebratory acceptance commemorating his much-vaunted military advocacy work with injured veterans, instead devolved into a globally witnessed ritual humiliation as the Duke of Sussex endured a visceral repudiation over increasingly polarizing public perceptions around his true motivations and character. Unprecedented boos and jeers first erupted from the star-studded ESPYS audience just after Harry strode on stage to receive his honorary trophy from presenter Jon Stewart following an evening opening in memorial package celebrating America's fallen service heroes. However, the backlash rapidly intensified once host Amanda Balionis took the mic and delivered ESPN's stunning announcement. In an historic decision made mere hours ago by our Board of Governors, it is with profound regret that we must override our previous ruling and rescind this year's Tillman Award from its originally intended recipient, Prince Harry, Balionis declared to shocked murmurs as Harry stood frozen beside her in apparent disbelief. Despite initial rationales aligning with the icon's courageous ideals, the sheer overwhelming volume of public outcry and moral objection surrounding his nomination proved indefensible to uphold. At that point, the bewildered Duke turned toward the host with a wrenching look of angst as camera crews captured his countenance cycling through visible anguish, realizing the career-defining moment he perhaps felt newly redeeming his military service now lay in ruins mere seconds after its flowing introduction. But Balionis remained unmoved and stoic in manifestly exacerbating his live indignity. "Sorry, Harry, but after extensive deliberations alongside veterans and civilian petition organizers, the sheer patriotic ardor and searing testimonies pleading authorities to revoke your award left us with no moral choice." Then, finally breaking the taut silence left hanging over the hushed theater, the ESPN host revealed just how comprehensive and damning was the campaign, proving triumphant in thwarting Harry's redemption bid. As of this broadcast, over 4.52 million signatures now populate the online petition by hero callers and Operation Gratitude organizer C.J. Grisham, compelling us to invalidate any affiliation between a spotlight-seeking Prince Harry and the revered Tillman Award's sacred combat ethos. Balionis ominously proclaimed as news cameras zoomed in on big boards displaying petition scrolls completely blanketing the screens and blasting the prince's stunned reaction worldwide. The implication of being so historically repudiated by millions of petitioners clearly rocked Harry to his core, his leg visibly trembling and brow glistening as all faces contorted between rage and profound humiliation while Balionis read one final salvo verbatim from the petition's rallying cry. Thus, in conscious resistance against those cynically commercializing patriotism as well as rebuking Harry's ghoulish anti-constitutional messaging and blatant falsehoods disgracing our Anglo-American war sacrifices, we the petitioning public do hereby demand total post-removal of any strain tying his privileged name disparaging Tillman's sacrifice. Following this imprimatur, a smattering of boos and heckles erupted renewed from the arena stands as Balionis curtly handed back his attempted award before gesturing for visibly disoriented Prince Harry to leave the stage, where he paused momentarily as cameras zoomed in capturing his glistening eyes frozen, a final split second before he eventually shuffled away ashen and defeated. For the globally famous former soldier who staked his controversial post-royal persona on biographies painting a searing portrayal of turmoil and persecution at the British monarchy's hands, finding spiritual rebirth fighting 2 Middle East combat tours and championing veteran charities, this televised mass rejection represented an unmitigated point of no return. No recovery path existed following such a scalding rebuke and permanent attached stigma of being ceremonially dumped from receiving perhaps his long career's most coveted honorific. This is clearly a hanging curve millions of everyday Americans were simply never going to let pass without vigorously swinging for Prince Harry's selfish conceit getting body-checked before honoring him with the greatest reverence our military culture holds in christening one's example as the next PatTillman, remarked ESPN senior researcher Daryl Bolinsky, who helped spearhead the ceremony's 180-degree pivot. Almost overnight, the predominantly grassroots viral campaign rapidly swelled across influential corners of military rank and society, branding Harry as an interloper milking false empty bravura while slandering the royal family institution, even as he coasted on stolen valors to hawk lurid tell-all books and media content monetizing his fictionalized accounts and familial grievances. Authored in the petition's earliest hours by Grisham, a Marine Corps infantry veteran leading civilian supporters against the British prince's degradation of American philosophical pillars, the open letter framed Duke's honor as no less than a bald desecration of Tillman's ultimate sacrifice, evocatively dubbing the NFL star turned special ops corpsman a sacred angel resisting all siren song serpent oils perverting soulful services holy writ. Leading the charge were many high-profile retired combat generals, admirals and colonels featured throughout Harry's ill-fated Invictus Games, and other former colleagues now enraged by perceived avaricious posturing they once cheered. Commissioned and non-commissioned officers from across the various services additionally piled into the burgeoning grassroots effort, branding the prince everything from an arrogant spare heir sabotaging ancestral military dignities for mere trinket vanities and commercial indulgences, to a Benedict Arnold turncoat charitably committed to undermining Anglosphere security foundations by spreading disinformation through his non-credible refugee separatist memoirs. By the weekend prior to ESPN's awards ceremony, the Hold the Palace Gate on False Idols petition saw its signatory ranks swell into the millions from across 50 states as viral shares and written call-out testimonies spread through social media and digital communities, overwhelming any remaining institutional defenders. Even quintessential mainstream icons like Clint Eastwood, Bruce Springsteen and Tom Hanks didn't just endorse the petition's core demands but explicitly pleaded for the Pat Tillman Award snub as a pivotal national inflection against the faux populist huckster, leveraging hallowed American battlegrounds for personal drink stirrings. It stops here and now, with us advocating to strip this privileged fraud hawking imaginary identities for crass marketability, actor Gary Sinise declared in a stirring video share, helping the petition surge past its final 4 million signatory milestone. No more allowing pseudo-philanthropaths to hijack our sacred emblems of freedom exalted in Pat Tillman's Revolutionary War-hearkening eminence. Crisis public relations experts estimate the national mortification suffered by Prince Harry during last night's Tillman Award implosion projected damages to Archwell Productions, his media content company run with wife Meghan Markle, topping $120 million before potential lawsuits or long-term brand partnership dissolutions. Not only was the intended award expected to serve as Archwell's crowning mainstream legitimacy coup, but was fully leveraged as thematic centerpiece for all upcoming documentary projects and publishing endeavors across their entire 2023 content slate, literally appending the firm's entire enterprise modeling. And that's even before accounting for criminal accountability under the Stolen Valor Act, or litigation from the Tillman estate and British royal family, now launching defamation probes into whatever falsehoods they can substantiate among Harry's past memoirs, series interviews or materials. One veteran crisis consultant associated with past Pentagon information operations marveled. This has escalated from petty pop culture spat into legitimate national security matter, where America must civically rout bad actors attempting to opportunistically clout chase our veteran community for self-aggrandizing commercial enrichments. With the public humiliation not only extracting such astronomical financial, reputational and legal consequences, but in still unfolding fashion decapitating virtually every charitable military-oriented action comprising Archwell's impact pipeline moving forward, recovering even a modicum of public trust and credibility looks unattainable, experts concur. It certainly doesn't help the British American.